Welcome back to Gratitude City. You've made it through Monday, and now it's time to deepen our understanding of the incredible power within us, the power of gratitude. Yesterday, we ignited the spark of thankfulness, and today we're diving deeper with the wisdom from thought leaders, guided by the insightful journey from our friend, neuroscientist Gooby. That's right, gratitude citizens. Abraham Boomsky back with you, ready to explore the often unexpected path to profound gratitude. Yesterday, we reminded ourselves that gratitude is a fundamental force. And the podcast took a small delay, but it's live in case you didn't see it. So feel free to check out the Monday podcast at your leisure. Today, we're tackling a more nuanced question. What happens when life seems to offer everything, yet a true sense of thankfulness feels absent? What if you're given everything that you could ever possibly have, yet somehow you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, you don't see the green grass, you don't see something to actually be thankful for, even though you have a wife and a great job and a wonderful education and a house and a space, but somehow you just can't see how to be grateful. Join us as we follow the journey of neuroscientist Gooby, who discovered a crucial link between purpose and genuine gratitude, and how Gooby's insights can illustrate the way for all of us. Let's begin. The skeptic's take. Is constant gratitude realistic? Now, to help us unpack this a little, let's turn to a voice well acquainted with questioning. My own internal commenter, Conan O'Brien. Conan from the depths of my subconscious. Since I would watch that talk show at 3 a.m. over a decade ago, somehow you're still in my head. What are your initial, perhaps more cynical thoughts of this wholehearted embrace of gratitude?
Oh, Abraham, here we go again with the relentless positivity. Gratitude City sounds like a place where the sun shines 24/7 and everyone walks around humming show tunes after receiving participation trophies. Look, I appreciate a good thank you as much as the next pasty Irishman, but this constant unwavering gratitude you're proposing, isn't that setting us up for massive disappointment when reality inevitably slaps us in the face with a lukewarm fish?
Geez, it's hard to do Conan O'Brien's wimpy voice.
I mean, let's be real. Traffic jams happen. Your coffee gets cold. Sometimes the Wi-Fi just refuses to cooperate. Are you supposed to be doing gratitude journaling through all of that? Dear diary, today my commute was only 47 minutes, down from yesterday's hour. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag grateful for slight improvement in my suffering. It sounds exhausting, Abraham. And all these gurus telling us to be grateful for everything. Even the parking ticket? Oh, thank you, benevolent parking authority, for this gentle reminder of my spatial awareness deficiencies. I shall cherish this brightly colored envelope as a symbol of my ongoing journey of personal growth. Come on, Abraham, where's the room for a good old-fashioned rant? Sometimes a little healthy complaining is what keeps the existential dread at bay. So, while I admire the optimism, Abraham, I just want to throw a little splash of cold water on the gratitude appreciation, or just putting on a happy face while the world throws metaphorical tomatoes at us. Inquiring ginger minds want to know.
Always the insightful counterpart, Conan. Thank you for bringing that healthy dose of skepticism to the gratitude party. It's important to acknowledge that constant, unwavering positivity can indeed feel unrealistic and even dismissive of genuine challenges. So, with Conan's witty skepticism in mind, let's explore further. And my apologies for the even flimsier voice than what Conan shares. It's really hard to do a voice like his. Jeez, he's such a character. All right, exploring further with a super epic gist. Now, after acknowledging some of the potential challenges with constant gratitude, let's bring in a voice known for his unwavering positivity and consistent expressions of thankfulness. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. From the silver screen, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. From the silver screen to our hearts here in Gratitude City. What are your thoughts on the power of appreciation? Dwayne Johnson often speaks about gratitude as a fundamental key to his incredible success and overall happiness. He consistently emphasizes the importance of being thankful for everything, big or small. For him, gratitude isn't just a fleeting emotion, it's a conscious practice and a core principle that guides his life. That's why he gets the announcer voice. One of his most repeated and impactful messages is that when you're grateful for everything you have, it just leads to happiness. He truly embodies this in a way in his daily interactions, frequently expressing gratitude for his family, his dedicated fans, his fulfilling career, and even the opportunities that come his way through hard work. He also deeply values the connection he has with his audience, often referencing Oprah Winfrey's wisdom about the importance of seeing and hearing others. Johnson wholeheartedly embraces this idea, calling it the "I see you" gene, which reflects his genuine gratitude for the unwavering support he receives. It's clear that he doesn't take his massive platform or the loyalty of his fans for granted. What makes The Rock's perspective so relatable in his ability to find thankfulness in the seemingly ordinary moments of life. Whenever he's staring heartwarming moments, whatever he's sharing, heartwarming moments with his daughters, reflecting on the discipline of his fitness routine, or simply appreciating a beautiful sunrise, he often punctuates these instances with a sincere expression of gratitude. This reminds us that thankfulness isn't solely reserved for major achievements, but can be found woven into the fabric of our everyday experiences. His strong work ethic and relentless drive are also intertwined with his sense of gratitude. He often speaks about being thankful for his chance to work hard, to pursue his passions, and to constantly strive for improvement. His message consistently encourages others to embrace a similar mindset, viewing opportunities and even challenges as reasons to be thankful for the chance to grow. The underlying question: complexities and pressures around thankfulness. In this, we've got the philosophical, theoretical pondering of Sir Joe Rogan. Now, building on the energetic positivity of The Rock, let's bring in a known voice for his more pragmatic and often critical thinking on a wide range of topics, including the ever present pressure to be positive, Joe Rogan. Joe, what's your take on this constant push for gratitude? Joe Rogan often offers a very grounded and unfiltered perspective on many aspects of life. And when it comes to gratitude, his views are characteristically straightforward. He acknowledges the genuine benefits of thankfulness, but also touches upon the complexities and sometimes superficial nature of its promotion. Joe has expressed that while gratitude is undoubtedly real and creates positive energy, the constant demand to be grateful, especially in challenging circumstances, can often, sometimes even feel inauthentic. He highlights the human experience of facing genuine hardships and suggests that forcing gratitude in those moments might not always be the most helpful or honest approach. He also points out that concept of gratitude can sometimes be used in a way that minimizes legitimate struggles. The pressure to just be grateful might inadvertently silence important conversations about systemic issues or personal difficulties that deserve acknowledgement and action, not just passive thankfulness. Rogan often emphasizes the importance of being genuine in our feelings, while he recognizes the value of appreciating what we have. He also seems to advocate for allowing ourselves to feel the full spectrum of human emotions, including frustration or sadness, without the added pressure of forced gratitude. So, Gratitude City. Joe Rogan's perspective reminds us that while gratitude has immense power, it's also crucial to approach it with authenticity and awareness. It's about finding a balance between appreciating the good in our lives and acknowledging the validity of our challenges without succumbing to the pressure of constant, potentially superficial thankfulness. The loss of purpose. Gooby's story. This is our feature problem. Now, having considered these initial perspectives on gratitude, from skepticism to enthusiastic endorsement to a more nuanced questioning, let's delve into the heart of our exploration today, inspired by the experiences of our neuroscientist friend, Gooby. Gooby, as you might recall from YouTube, with 16 million views just on the video that we referenced for this podcast, Gooby embarked upon a quest to understand the science behind well being. He diligently studied the brain, the mechanisms of happiness, and the benefits of practices like gratitude. He even achieved what many would consider a fulfilling life: a stable relationship, a respected career in neuroscience. Yet, despite these external markers of success, Gooby found himself grappling with a persistent feeling of emptiness. He understood the theories of gratitude, the potential for positive neural pathways. He intellectually knew he should feel thankful, but the genuine spark, that deep sense of appreciative joy, seemed to be missing. He found himself going through the motions, listing things he was supposed to be grateful for, but the feeling felt hollow. Like many of us, Gooby had pursued a path that seemed right, the path that society often tells us leads to happiness. He had attained certain goals, checked off certain boxes, but somewhere along the way, he had lost touch with what truly resonated with him, with his inner compass, with his core sense of purpose. This disconnect, this feeling of living a life that, while seemingly good, lacked a deeper personal meaning, became the central focus of Gooby's journey. He realized that while gratitude was often touted as a universal key to happiness, its impact seemed limited, even superficial, when not lived in a life with intention and purpose. His story highlights a crucial point that sometimes, even when we have much to be thankful for, the ability to genuinely feel that gratitude can be hampered by a lack of connection to our authentic selves and our true purpose of life. His journey now leads him to explore how rediscovering and aligning with that purpose can unlock a far more profound and sustainable sense of gratitude. The science of the mind. Now, as we delve into the challenges Gooby faced, let's turn to the scientific perspective to understand the mechanics at play. We'll explore the insights here of both Dr. Andrew Huberman and Dr. Joe Dispenza on how our brains process and respond to gratitude, and where a disconnect might occur when purpose is lacking. Dr. Huberman's research, as we've discussed, highlights the powerful impact of recalling instances where we received genuine gratitude. Right now, I'm receiving an extreme gratitude download as I realize, reading this transcript, that today over 45 pages of useful informational content to share with Gratitude City to help us live a richer, healthier, happier, more mindful life have somehow been cultivated on this day. With references to over 24 mentors, influencers, leaders, people who have helped me along my way. I'm so grateful. The gratefulness that I'm experiencing as I cultivate gratitude into an informative masterpiece for the rest of the world brings tears to my eyes. A feeling beyond joy and curiosity, something far beyond the feeling of being overwhelmed, the feeling of ecstasy and bliss, gratification, awareness, tranquility, consciousness. All I can do right now is breathe in and breathe out. I've somehow I've reached a state of ecstasy, even in a podcast, where I went past a state of awe I went past a state of fatigue. I went past a state of awareness. I made it into the vortex, my friends. Right now, we are witnessing what it is to experience the vortex. There are tears streaming down from my face. My heart rate has slowed. I feel tingles of pleasure throughout my body. I feel a lack of resistance. I feel tension in my throat. I've been talking a lot the last month, doing daily podcasts and hundreds of shorts. I'm feeling tension even while doing a podcast, even while speaking, while remaining in the focus of gratefulness. I'm feeling tension being released, feelings of suppression going away. I'm feeling lighter as I speak, as I share this podcast, as I describe the research from Dr. Huberman and Dr. Joe Dispenza. Right now, as I open my eyes back and I look at the screen, everything is bright and I see purple. I seem to be discovering the benefits of gratitude in a way that is changing my metabolism, changing my heart rate, making it slower, which as I become calmer and notice my heart rate slow, I feel myself taking deeper breaths and breathing in and out with more intention and a greater ease. There's a fleeting, weak piece of me that just wants to curl up and cry and accept how far that I've come right now and just stop everything and admit that it's been very difficult. It's been very difficult to get to this point. And the amount of energy expended to make it this far during a state of survival, personally, while focusing on something that would provide external value for others when I knew that reciprocation would not be the same day, maybe not the same week, the same month, and maybe not even the same year as I started this. And before Thanksgiving of 2023, I started this project. And I know that people can donate, and I know that I'll receive donations, and I know that as things become more organized, that a podcast will develop resources, not just to reciprocate for my time, but to establish resources to help other people and to provide for those in need around the world, for those suffering, for those stressed, for those going through things where They need attention, they need help, they need someone there for them. I want to just curl up in a ball, but all I can do is maybe pause this for 60 seconds or 90 seconds and really take some time to appreciate the moment. But I have to be realistic. I have to accept the psycho cybernetics that even if I'm stressed out, even if I feel overwhelmed, that if I can conceptualize the entire world around and see that there's others who have significant higher stress and more severe challenges, more critical situations than I do, that I do need to respect myself and take responsibility for my problems, especially if I'm going to help others. But to just curl up in a ball and pretend like because I'm halfway through and things feel so good because I've suddenly accomplished more today than ever before, or in the case of this podcast, I've accomplished more for this podcast than ever before. And honestly, being able to think about dozens of intellectuals off the top of my head and have AI at my fingertips to give me access to real time data that would shed light on the insights that we could share based on the powerful realization of intelligence that we all share, that we call knowledge, that when you cultivate and you shed light across the masses, you see that knowledge as fortitude. And if I have any glimpse of fortitude today, then I will continue on my journey here today with you in this podcast and appreciate the state of bliss, the state of ecstasy, but also appreciate the focus that I can have, that I can hold on to like a rock, no matter what my emotions are, no matter how grateful I am, whether I think I can accomplish my goals today. like yesterday, I thought I could release a podcast, and Monday's podcast just came out about 17 minutes ago. So, hooray for that. It at least came out while I was recording this podcast. But it took that much time to get things organized. And it takes a little while for Google to review content. So you're smarter to schedule a podcast out a little while. So finished uploading it at like 4:30 and scheduled it out and started recording here. I've got about 70 minutes while I can still go get some free food next door. So far, I've spent my entire day working on this podcast, and the sun will go down in about 2 hours. But I expect that somehow I'll have completed this podcast before then, and I'll have eaten, and I'll have a chance to witness the sunset, and there'll be a live Tuesday podcast online somehow. I don't know how it's going to happen, but somehow I think that it's possible today. And so I will take a real quick pause and we will continue with Dr. Huberman's research and Dr. Joe Dispenza as we always remain mindful and considerate of our personal emotion levels and take the time for ourselves, even in the midst of a public broadcast that we need. From my isolated gratitude ecstasy, we are at the section of the podcast discussing Dr. Huberman's research. There are instances, as many of you recall, where he highlights the powerful impact of the benefits of receiving genuine gratitude. This activation of neural circuits associated with positive emotions can indeed contribute to well-being. However, our lives lack a core sense of direction. If our lives lack a core sense of direction, those moments of received gratitude might feel isolated and not contribute to a sustained feeling of fulfillment. The brain might register the positive feedback, but without an overarching purpose, it might not translate into a lasting sense of thankfulness for one's path. Similarly, Dr. Dispenza's work emphasizes the power of feeling intensely to signal new possibilities to our genes. Literally, the feeling gratitude intensely to signal new possibilities in our genes. Heal my broken back and create an internal state of abundance. This practice can certainly shift our mindset and potentially attract positive experiences. But if that internal state of abundance isn't linked to a meaningful purpose, the abundance we attract might still leave us feeling unfulfilled at a deeper level. That's what we learned from Goober's story. We might be grateful for the stuff, but not for the life we are building. The roadblock here is that scientific understanding and even proactive practices might not fully address the void created by a lack of purpose. The brain might be responding positively, but the soul might still be searching. Finding joy in the journey, the relatability of simple appreciation. So, while science offers a valuable framework, it doesn't always illuminate the path to a deep, sustained sense of gratitude, especially when that crucial element of purpose is missing, as in Gooby's experience. Let's now turn to the perspective of someone who has navigated the heights of success and the depths of introspection, often finding profound joy in the process. The insightful Jim Carrey. Jim, what are your thoughts on finding gratitude even amidst life's complexities? Jim Carrey often speaks about the importance of being present and the appreciating the journey itself, rather than solely focusing on the destination or the accumulation of achievements. This perspective resonates with Gooby's initial success. He reached certain milestones but found the journey felt unfulfilling. Jim reminds us that true gratitude can be found in the daily experience of life, in the simple moments that often go unnoticed. He has expressed gratitude for the opportunity to bring joy and laughter to others through his work, finding deep meaning in that connection. This highlights how purpose, even something seemingly lighthearted as bringing laughter, can fuel a profound sense of thankfulness. The roadblock here for someone like Gooby might be that this initial purpose in his career, while intellectually stimulating, didn't ignite that same deep joy and connection that Carey finds in his creative endeavors. Jim also emphasizes the fleeting nature of positive moments, urging us to savor and appreciate them in the present. This speaks to a mindful gratitude, a conscious recognition of the good in our lives. For Gooby, perhaps the challenge was to truly present and appreciate the positive aspects of his life, even without a clear, overarching purpose to anchor that appreciation. The power of connection, gratitude in shared experiences. Jim Carrey reminds us to find joy in the individual journey, but gratitude is also profoundly connected to our interactions with others. Let's turn to the perspective of a master storyteller who thrives on collaboration and deeply appreciates the magic that happens when creative minds come together. Quentin Tarantino. Bet you expected that. Quentin, in your world of filmmaking, how does gratitude manifest through connection and shared experiences? Quentin Tarantino's career is marked by long-standing collaborations with actors and crew members. This loyalty and repeated teamwork suggest a deep appreciation for the individuals who bring his cinematic visions to life. You can see a form of gratitude in the way he creates iconic roles that elevate the careers of his chosen performers, fostering a sense of mutual respect and admiration. The roadblock for someone like Gooby might be that even in his professional collaborations, if his underlying purpose felt unaligned, those connections might not have yielded the same deep sense of gratitude that Tarantino clearly experiences. True connection, like true gratitude, often flourishes when individuals are united by a shared sense of purpose or a collective passion. Tarantino's deep immersion in film history and his numerous homages to the cinema that inspired him also to point to a profound gratitude for the storytellers who came before. He recognizes the shoulders upon which he stands. This reminds us that gratitude can extend beyond immediate personal connections to an appreciation for the broader creative and cultural landscape that enriches our lives. The world of cinematic artistry. Let's shift gears to someone who finds the art in everyday absurdity and often expresses a surprisingly heartfelt gratitude through his humor. Theo Von. Theo, in your often hilarious take on life, where does gratitude fit in? Theo Von often finds humor. Theo often finds humor in the mundane and the chaotic. But beneath the laughter, there's a genuine appreciation for the simple things and the people in his life. He frequently expresses gratitude for his audience, for the opportunity to connect with people through his comedy, and for the support that allows him to pursue his passions. How's it going? Guess I didn't get to do any Theo Von voice today. He also often shares his thankfulness for his family and the comfort they provide. In his own unique way, he highlights the importance of appreciating those close to us and the simple joys of everyday life, like a good cup of coffee or a moment of unexpected kindness. The roadblock for someone like Gooby might be that when feeling disconnected from purpose, even the simple joys can feel less joyful. Theo's ability to find humor and gratitude in the everyday often comes from a place of authentic self-expression. If that authenticity feels stifled by a lack of purpose, the path to this kind of heartfelt, simple gratitude might be obscured. Responsibility and meaning. Gratitude in creating order. Theo Vaughn's humor reminds us to appreciate the lighter side of life, but let's now delve into a perspective that connects gratitude to deeper principles of responsibility and the search for meaning. Dr. Jordan Peterson. Dr. Peterson, how does gratitude intersect with our sense of purpose and the order we seek to create in the world? Dr. Peterson often discusses the importance of taking responsibility for our lives and facing the inherent suffering of existence with courage. Within his framework, gratitude can be seen as a crucial element in recognizing the good that exists. Even amidst difficulty, it's a conscious choice to acknowledge the positive aspects of life, providing a counterbalance to the challenges we face. The roadblock for someone like Gooby might be that, when feeling a lack of inner purpose, taking full responsibility can feel overwhelming. And identifying the good amidst the perceived emptiness can be a significant hurdle. Peterson's emphasis on meaning often comes from engaging with responsibility and striving for order. If that underlying meaning feels absent, gratitude might seem like an abstract concept. Peterson also highlights the value of tradition and the wisdom accumulated over time. Appreciating the sacrifices and contributions of those who came before us can foster a deep sense of gratitude for the foundations upon which we build our lives. This perspective suggests that even when personal purpose feels unclear, gratitude for the broader structures and knowledge we inherit can provide a sense of connection and appreciation. In light of timing here, we're going to save some of our favorite gratitude influencers for tomorrow. And so we're going to make this a two-part podcast today and kind of jump into our conclusion, showing you guys how things come full circle with gratitude for Gooby. And we're going to utilize the insights of an ancient author, not exactly ancient, but over 100 years old, one of the first innovators of self-help, and he came before Dale Carnegie. So without further ado, I'm excited to introduce our dear, wise old friend. To bring our exploration to a powerful and unifying conclusion, let's delve into the philosophy of Wallace D. Wattles, particularly his seminal work, The Science of Getting Rich. Wattles offers a perspective that beautifully connects gratitude to a life of abundance, and crucially for our journey today, to a sense of purpose. Wallace D. Wattles doesn't just see gratitude as a nice sentiment, he positions it as a fundamental law for attracting richness in all aspects of life. Not just material wealth, but also richness of experience, health, and relationships. He states unequivocally, the daily practice of gratitude is one of the conduits by which your health will come to you. For Wattles, this isn't a passive hoping, it's an active alignment with the creative forces of the universe. He emphasizes the importance of being grateful, quote unquote, being grateful for every good thing that comes to you, and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, You should include all things in your gratitude. This continuous feeling of thankfulness, according to Wattles, unifies our minds with the intelligence of substance. That universal creative energy. By cultivating this constant state of appreciation, we essentially tune ourselves into a frequency that attracts more good into our lives. And this is where Wattles' philosophy powerfully connects with Gooby's journey. Wattles believed that to truly thrive, we must be engaged in work that we love and that contributes to the well-being of others, a life lived with purpose. When our actions are aligned with this inner calling, our gratitude for the opportunities and the flow of abundance becomes deeply authentic and sustainable. It's no longer just about being thankful for things. It's about being grateful for the chance to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. Waddle stresses that our gratitude should be unwavering, even before we see the full manifestation of our desires. This forward-looking gratitude is a powerful declaration of our faith in the creative process and our commitment to our purpose. It's about being thankful in advance for the richness that a purpose-driven life will bring. In essence, Wallace D. Wattles offers a unifying philosophy where gratitude is not just a feeling, but an active principle for living a rich and purposeful life. It's the engine that drives the flow of abundance. And it finds its deepest resonance when we are engaged in work that aligns with our true selves and contributes to the greater good. A powerful answer to the challenge Gooby faced. So, Gratitude City, as we've journeyed through these many perspectives, let's return to the insights of our friend Gooby. His experience reminds us that while gratitude is undeniably powerful, it truly blossoms when it's rooted in a life lived with purpose. It's about finding that inner calling, aligning our actions with our values, and then allowing gratitude to flow naturally from that authentic place. Connect with our incredible community on Reddit at https://reddit.com/r/gratitude to share your experiences and insights on the purpose of gratitude. For more resources and past episodes, visit our website at gratitude.city. That's www.gratitude.city. And don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter for more inspiration. A quick but important reminder: the information shared on the Gratitude City podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical or psychological advice. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional for any health concerns or before making any decisions related to your health or treatment. Thank you for joining me in Gratitude City. May you have the courage to explore your own unique path and discover the profound gratitude that comes from living a life true to yourself, leading to a joyful and healthy existence in every way. Until our next episode, stay curious, stay authentic, stay grateful. Keep that spirit shining bright. Kaboomski out. See you guys on the flip.